Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
I was watching the dominance of Bitcoin during this rise, and then when it was dropping, I tweeted once that I had a feeling that this is not the same as here or here. It feels like soon it will pick up the speed and then continue to increase like even higher. So maybe with a XRP drop, I'm sorry XRP, we have something happening, something like this happening. So we will see. And so far, let's look at the price of Bitcoin. Let's look at the global trends. You're watching Crypto Hamster channel. Let's go.
Turn up. Let's go.
So it is weekend, market is thin, you see the volume is even lower than before and the price doesn't move much. So 6,600 level is the new mark when we are traded around. So probably it's not that bad, and also doesn't change in terms of the shorts and longs. It was a long time when the shorts was very high, and actually it's rather high now, and there was like a huge expectation that it will be a short squeeze and the price will go like very sharply up to the upside, but it didn't happen. So it's again the thing that the market tends to surprise us, to make us lose our money, our investment. So what the next surprise will be, it's not clear, but there are some trends which I was going to talk about. Well, speaking about the general condition of the market, you see like a lot of the coins which I'm looking at are in the red. Like Walton is a bit in the uptrend, but not that much. Most of them are in the red. Well, Quark Chain, you remember Quark Chain is always in the nice rising channel, so Quark Chain is doing well. But the rest are in the red. So let's look just some like global trends and what we're heading to. So you see this is the like last 9 months, 10 months chart, and those are our drops and recovers after those drops. So it's a bit arguable, especially the first two, but let's say these three are rather clear that we had the decrease of the slope of the rises and the more sharp drops eventually after the peaks of the rise. So, and technically, if you'll exclude some like outrageously huge change in the price during the rise channel, you would see that in principle we had like rising channels here, and here, and the slope of those channels become less sharp, right? So the current one also is approaching to the stage when, like in terms of time, right? Time is about the same for all three. Well, there's those two and previous ones as well. So we are about approaching the time when we need to have the correction according to the history, but well, there's like certain drop, and the value from the price for which it should be done, maybe like 6,800 or something like that, and also the standard moving average for 200 days is declining. You see more and more, and in principle now it is like 7,300. But if we will make a drop like to previous lows or something like 6,200, and this is like the general behavior, the general trends of those cycles is my basis for the expectation for make the price again make a little bit, like maybe not a little drop, but still return to its mean or it's to its low. Actually, this low and this low and this low are not at the same level, so we have even increase in the low level. So probably the next one will be like 6,200 or something like that, or maybe a bit like 300. But again, we need to drop from 6,800 or a bit higher from that. And when we'll make this drop, probably the standard moving average will decrease again, and then at this point when we return to the rise, this will be again like certain golden cross, and maybe it will be more pronounced or more confident. Again, this is like interchanging between green and yellow. Here is the standard moving average for 1500 days. So probably with sharper, not a sharper, but at least how to say, more confident continuation of the same trend, will have the and it wouldn't be that big a change between the up and down, like top and the bottom anymore, because we make it smaller and smaller. So probably this delta between green and 150 days moving averages will be smaller and smaller, and this is what you call flattening. This is what you call the time for accumulation and reversal at the end of this accumulation. So, but anyway, the short term, I would expect like very soon, maybe until November, within the October month, maybe even like within 1 or 2 weeks, I would expect to rise up to 6,800 and then we'll go down like once again. Otherwise, like every each of those channels may turn to be a long-term bullish trend, right? And as soon as we will have like higher high and higher low, then this is the confirmation of that. Technically, the steeper the slope, the less probably it would be the long-term trend. Like here it is not sustainable, here it is not sustainable, here it was not sustainable either. Here it has a chance, but in my opinion it should be even more flat in order to make to become real long term. So those are my thoughts. So again, like rise to 8,000, maybe 6,000, 8,000 would be good, 6,800 or 900, and then drop to maybe 6,200 or 300. Maybe we'll make like new low, like super low, I don't know, 5,500 would be great to start the new trend from that point, when we like a panic sell, like refreshment, and probably will not stay longer for at that point. But anyway, even without that, I think with the flattening of this trend, we'll have a nice confirmation for the long-term trend of the growth towards the growth and bull territory, especially that some of the altcoins shows not so bad behavior. That's it for today, guys. Safe trading. Please consider to subscribe if you like the content, and hope to see you tomorrow. Goodbye.